will you please tell me what Kim Mulkey said about Kim Caldwell's pregnancy? Because I will tell you, when Kim Caldwell got pregnant, I had nothing to do. Now, I'm kidding. When Kim Caldwell got pregnant, I thought to myself, somebody is going to say something stupid, Dave. Don't let it be you. Like you shouldn't get pregnant during the season or something stupid. That's stupid. Did it cross my mind? Yes. But Caleb, I didn't think it would be Kim Mulkey that would say something stupid. What did she say?
Really? You didn't, given Kim Mulkey's track record? Kim Mulkey.
Well, I didn't think it'd be another woman. Let's put it that way. I thought it would be a guy and it would come across as chauvinist.
Yeah, unprompted, Kim Mulkey tried to add some comic relief when talking about Kim Caldwell at Tuesday's media availability. Just so people know, Tennessee and LSU face off Thursday night at Food City Center.
Now, here's what I was told. She said, congratulations to Kim Caldwell. I wonder who the dad is. No, I'm joking.
Oh, my gosh.
Go ahead. What did dumb Kim Mulkey have to say?
Kim Mulkey goes, quote, I know she, and by the way, not asked about it. She volunteered to say this. Make this joke. Quote, I know she, any moment now, was told should have a baby. So I hope she has it right there in the middle of the game. I hope that game gets so exciting, I'll go down there and help deliver it. Pat Summitt had quite a story when she had her baby. She had to land that plane out of recruiting Michelle Marciniak, that is. So if Kim goes into labor during our game.
What's the story?
Pat Summitt had to land her plane. She was in the middle of recruiting Michelle Marciniak, and they had to land her plane because she was going into labor. And then
I need to reach out to Michelle Marciniak, by the way.
And then Kim Mulkey added, so if Kim Caldwell goes into labor during our game, listen, I have lots of experience. I have too. So come find me, and I'll be there to hold your hand with husband and whoever else you'll let into the room. Yeah.
Who did you let into the room when your wife, your beautiful wife, gave birth to your beautiful son, Quincy?
The question was not who I let into the room. It was if I was allowed into the room because it was a C-section. So it was a bunch of doctors.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, we had to lay down the law and the mother-in-law with my first kid. I'm in there. You're not.
Oh,
it was
really?
like that. Yeah, it was like
the knocked up scene.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was like. You're out, and that's exactly how.
My room, your room. Yeah. So, okay, is it tasteless? Maybe a little, but would you expect anything less from Kim Mulkey at this point?
I have to be honest with you. You know more about Kim Mulkey than I do. I just know she's a little BS crazy. That's what I know about her. And that's the last look brought to you by Dr.
Campbell. Wild outfits too.
Dr. Campbell, Cunningham, Taylor, and on. Who hasn't?
The first step to better vision is to visit ccteyes.com. The information you need is easy to access, and setting an appointment is as simple as clicking the tab. Doctors Campbell, Cunningham, Taylor, and Hahn, and Eye Care Optical at CCTI.
So what do you think her goal was?
I think she was trying to make a joke, but she's such an awkward person. It didn't make sense to a lot of people. I think that's what happened right there. It was just an odd, bizarre thing to say. Of course, the person that Pat Summitt gave birth to while landing the plane also has his own experience in bizarre pregnancies.
Why? Why a random Tyler shot? I mean, that's very necessary.
It was too perfect, but also because Tyler said that he and his new wife do Bible study every night. I'm like, I love how when people commit major moral sins, all of a sudden they become so much more holier than you. And
maybe he's repenting. That seems very judgmental.
Okay, whatever.
People change. I was kind of a jerk 5 years ago. You wouldn't have liked me. It's very cocky.
Oh, you're so humble now, Dave. Anyways.
Okay, what would happen? What would happen if Kim Caldwell gave birth during the game? Would you bring out? I'm just curious. Could you go to the
we're playing this scenario out.
Wait a second. Could you go to the football team and say, you know that little tent you have for injuries? We need to borrow that. And then she could just have it on the sideline and just come right back into the game. Special moment with 18,000 of her favorite friends.
Bad idea? I mean, Dave. By the
thing
way,
that
just so you
scares
know,
me is what
just
if
so you
they
guys
had like
know,
what if they had like a monster truck rally the night before? So then I'm concerned about the cleanliness for childbirth.
we have to let's say this up front. Let's give Kim Mulkey a shout out because Dave and I have wondered how to approach the Kim Caldwell pregnancy thing since it happened.
No, I haven't wondered. I just
And
wasn't going to talk about it.
we were like, do we talk about it or not? Well, thank God for Kim Mulkey breaking the ice on breaking the water. Sorry. But thank God for Kim Mulkey breaking the ice to talk about this. So
That was not good.
I've wondered like how do we talk like because I'm like it's in the middle like she could give birth I think like right in the heart of the season like February or March. Is she gonna like and at that point like you got to recover. You can't really stand up and patrol sidelines or travel right after that. That's kind of a thing.
Well, I would assume somebody's going to stand in for her, right? I mean, she's going to miss a game or two, right?
No. She will have to miss a few games. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. You're not supposed to like do plane travel or road travel like right up to birth or late in your pregnancy or right after you have the baby. So I mean, there's going to be like, I don't know how this is going to play out, but all I know is that it's a Kim Mulkey. That was a very now Kim Mulkey's put the thought in my head of Kim Caldwell giving birth on the sidelines, and I don't like the thought of someone going into labor on the sidelines.
No, I don't either. I mean, that'd be awful. You know, I will say this. There was a part of me that crossed my mind that, okay, because I was, when my wife was pregnant with my son, we were in a car wreck. We were coming back from the lake and hydroplaned. And I remember I went right into the wall, like on the interstate. And the guy came up to me first thing he said, this is like a year after Dale Earnhardt Sr. died. He goes, "You look just like Dale Earnhardt Sr." I was like, thanks. So my wife is like 7.5 months pregnant and it actually cracked her rib. But I have wondered, you know, could somebody come crashing into her? It doesn't happen all the time. And it doesn't happen in basketball as often as it does in football where people get run over. But I have wondered, I mean, is it completely safe for her to be on the sideline? I mean, I can remember one time I was, Aaron Green crashed into me one time during an SEC tournament game. Another Arkansas player crashed into me and the Arkansas play-by-play guy who happened to be sitting next to each other. So it does happen, and you know that would be absolutely awful.
Yeah, it'd be terrible. I mean, that's why the number one thing is you don't want her traveling when this is going on. So, you know, we'll have to kind of see how this plays out. I know that, you know, I'll say this, you know, dealing with pregnancy, she is not let it distract her from her job because she's done a hell of a first-year job as the head coach of the Lady Vols this year.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. There's a reason that women give birth and men don't. It's because they're a lot tougher.
Well, wait a minute. Have you? But have you ever had the man cold? The man flu?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've had the flu.
People, when men are sick, they call it the man cold because they say men are like getting knocked out like way harder than women do when they get sick.
Oh, that's totally me. Yeah, I'm a whiny.
That's totally me too. The man cold is way harder than pregnancy. Man colds are way harder than giving birth. Women have it easy. I'd rather give birth than have the man cold. Also, no, I told my wife that, by the way. I told my wife that and she didn't appreciate it. Also, I'm like, how come
you know what's the most painful thing you've ever been through? By the way, I've been run over by a lawnmower, so I've got a point of reference.
Probably when I busted my head open on a concrete bench and had a nail go through my head. That was pretty much probably it.
Gosh, I've done worse than that in the past month.
I know. I haven't had
see you the picture.
I haven't had many horrible things happen to me.
5 staples. I will tell you the worst pain I've ever been through, and this is supposedly the second worst pain behind childbirth, is an abscess tooth. Worse than getting run over by a lawnmower.
Really?
Oh my gosh. You couldn't eat the hydros fast enough. And it was like, and I hate those things because they make my nose itch and I'll sit there and rub my nose. It was awful. And we couldn't see the dentist for like 5 days because coincidentally, one of my family members is my dentist and his wife passed away during the night, the very day I had an abscess tooth. So Yeah, I couldn't see my dentist. Obviously, he was dealing with much more serious issues. But yeah, you don't want that. And I will tell you what, I was a complete baby with an abscess tooth. But yeah, let's keep Kim Caldwell in our thoughts and prayers. We're a spiritual.
Oh, I didn't know SEC football was Plexico Burress. No, I'm sorry, SEC football. Just making a joke.
Look at this comment. What you're talking about. You can't reference the message board without giving more. When I got shot in the foot while I was 12, holy sweet gravy.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't mean to hit. Yeah.
All right. You got shot. How'd you get shot in the foot when you're 12?
I told you Plexico Burress.
You sound Plexico Burress. That would be nice to have Plexico Burress on the show. No.